just found out my fruit spilled all over my grocery bag. Very disappointed by this. Does it make me a bad person that I didn't want the handicapped person bagging the groceries?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that makes you a really bad person.
Because basically what I thought was going to happen happened. My fruit ended up in the bottom of my bag, spilled all over my groceries.
That has nothing to do with them being handicapped, though.
I don't think it has anything to do with them not being handicapped, though.
That just has to do with them being dumb. Wait, what kind of handicap are we talking
Yeah, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific there.
Like, probably should be wearing a helmet.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, that probably did have to do with the handicap. So, hold on, did you just go into another line, or did you...
No, I kind of wanted to, but then someone was trying to do, like, what are those fucking food coupon things that take fucking forever?
Like the EBT stuff?
Yeah, the EBT shit. Yeah, the person in the other line had that shit in, like, fucking 50 items.
The cards.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, fuck that shit. So I had to roll the dice. It's like, all right, you know, maybe he'll bag it right. And I'm like, I shouldn't judge the guy because, you know, I imagine he's got the job for some reason. And sure enough, my groceries were spilled all over the goddamn place. So that's good.
You were
That's your fault for having bad belt order.
That's true. If you put it on in the right way,
exactly,
you wouldn't have done that.
No,
exactly. No. You gotta
I used to
accept
work in a grocery store.
That's like putting your bread at the front.
Yeah,
the first thing.
Exactly.
Getting upset when they put the eggs on top of it.
Exactly.
You just set it aside. Come on.
You could have just set it aside.
But you know what?
This isn't rocket science. The people working here probably didn't go to college. They don't understand that eggs will crush bread, okay? That's obviously something you learn with a higher education.
Pre-scrambled.
Eggs crush bread?
Yeah, see? John's obviously an idiot.
Doesn't take a rocket
scientist puts, like, fucking dish soap with eggs.
Now, okay, well, hold on. There could be another thing at play here, right? Because if I'm working in any type of environment where I can make things easier or harder for people, and I think they're a douchebag, I'll make it harder for them. So I feel like Skuro has one of those faces where you're like, yeah, total douchebag. Because we also know he was playing on his phone while at the grocery store because he was in the chat still, letting us know. So maybe this person thought this guy is a total pretentious prick. I'm gonna crush his fucking fruit.
Now, why is this guy paying more attention to his phone than checking out here?
Yeah.
This is why this doesn't happen, because that's the one time I put my phone away. And it's the one time that I am super courteous to everyone because I've worked in the service business and I know that people fuck with people if you're a dick.
But you still look like a douchebag.
I will go overly courteous for people, wish them a good day, even do the whole small town bullshit.
Now look, what was your response to the grocery store? Did you go up to the manager and go, look, your retard crushed my groceries, I want a refund? Because if you say that, that's a pretty mean thing to say. Right, especially if you call them your retard, right? Like that's probably maybe not a good thing to say. You probably shouldn't have said that, Skuro. That's probably a mean thing.
You're a bad person.
Plus, they probably sensed, like he probably saw you like look at him and kind of panic a little bit.
Right? Yes, he sensed the prejudice.
And then you probably made like an exacerbated sigh, like you're like, oh shit, now I have to go.
He sensed your prejudice. He was like,
then here's the other thing. You said that you went like out of your way to do the whole small town thing, which they can sense. Like small town people, they know when you're trying to I better conform to their ways so that they feel more comfortable.
That's pretty true.
That's where the pretentiousness came along. They can sense that shit isn't real. Guaranteed, stake my left nut on it. They put the fruit on the bottom on purpose.
I'm just saying, when you go to the manager and you go, look, your Trainable fucked up my grocery bagging, that's not a PC thing to say, man. Like, you should watch PC, just watch your language. It's all in the words you choose to use.
Excuse me, you're mongoloid. Put my groceries in the wrong spot.
And
Oh my gosh.
I demand his caretaker to be present at all times.
Wow. Wow, Skuro.
See, you can't go around. See, you can't go around saying that shit, man. That's not a good thing to say.
look at you confused.
If you want to host a stream, in your stream, you type /host, put a space, and then just the name of who you want to host.
That's right.
If you wanted to host Final Encountercast, it would be Final Encountercast. If you want to do Limit Break Radio, it would be Limit Break Radio. Skuro's a bad person.
He calls people with handicaps trainables. That's terrible.
I'm a bard. I should be able to hit this thing in the air.
I don't know, man. I feel like my prejudice was warranted though, because if not, my groceries might have been that great.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe the guy wasn't that handicapped, and when you came in and went, "Please don't crush my groceries," and he felt he felt that was just a little bit like you were pandering to him.
The fucking spaghetti sauce on his shirt in the dribble didn't say he's a handicap. I don't know.
Listen to that wordage. He's a handicap. That's nice. That's nice.
He's a handy. This goes right up there with that conversation about if it's worse for the what was it, like Pearl Harbor, fucking the Jew shit and all that other stuff. Oh my god.
Fucking Skuro's talking to the grocery bagger like, "Don't bag my groceries," and he's like, "I have cerebral palsy. I'm not deaf, you fucking moron."
No, here's what baffles me the most, because Skuro's being really insensitive here, and you would think that he'd be just a little bit more kind-hearted, considering that what he's making fun of this poor grocery bagger for is essentially what he is here at Limit Break Radio.
Oh
no!
Comparatively,
damn it!
the guy at the grocery store.
Somebody get those cum-cums. Yeah, no, Tanya, Twitch is fucked up today. It's Twitch's servers. I'm not like if you listen on YouTube, we haven't been able to export the show today. None of the emoticons across a bunch of channels are working right. Like when I was browsing on my PS4 earlier, I had entire channel art and assets that just were not loading. It took a good 4 or 5 minutes for the ad to play before the stream actually loaded. So yeah, there's some weirdness going on with the Twitch servers today.
Shit's going down. Curtain call chicken.
No, we should hide.
Anyone even get turned to frogs?
I think so, but we ignored it.
I did. I got turned to a frog.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're... Dead brings up a really good point. If you're curious about the Twitch servers, you can follow at Twitch Support on Twitter.
Automatic 13 in the Final Encounter cast chat says, "Things I learned from watching LBR and Feck. Skuro was a jerk."
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's not wrong.
Are these...
Oh, that was the conversation. We were trying to discuss, whether it was bad to blow up a city or a planet. And I was like,
oh my god!
It's like 9/11 versus, the atom bomb in Japan. And I'm like, wow, that was actually extremely insensitive.
Do I want to roll on these?
If you want.
If you ever plan on glamoring something,
Yeah,
that we can
pretty much no.
Colors is really the only thing they're good for.
Or turn them in for sealed. If you need them.
Not gonna bother.
I haven't very good glam either, except for
Yeah.
the
So, Aniro, you remember Skuro's idiotic logic behind why superheroes all have super strength because they do in the Matrix, right?
Okay.
That is out of context, but I'll give it to you.
All right. So Snyder is apparently a little butthurt that people criticize the Man of Steel for its collateral damage, right? And the other day, he tried to shift the attention by pointing out that Star Wars: The Force Awakens has way more collateral damage. First of all, of course it fucking does. They blow up goddamn planets, okay? But then Skuro tried to argue that you don't actually see the people die on the planets, and you see the city like falling apart, so it affects you more. You still know there's trillions of people on those like 5 to 7 planets.
I'm actually actually, Kahlo, I'm actually going to side with Skuro on this one because when it comes to displaying or portraying death on screen, yeah, it is a lot more effective when you go on a smaller scale. That's why person-to-person violence, like someone receiving a beating it's perceived as much more inherently violent than, say, a city being destroyed in in a movie like San Andreas. You know what I mean? That doesn't.
I agree. Yeah, that is a well thought out and very well executed argument. Okay.
So yeah,
because
when
you're actually talking about how it makes you feel.
Well, no,
he was arguing. Am I tanking? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, enjoy that. Well, no, but I mean, there is a lot of. I mean, it does have a lot to do with optics and the way that. The audience connects
it's the
with.
same reason we don't feel bad when you see henchmen being brutally slaughtered when they're wearing masks, because we don't see them as people that way.
Yeah, you identify individually with it less. Like if you have, one of actually, I think The Force Awakens really kind of like one of the very few missteps that it made was in not establishing the the one prime place that gets blown up that is the seat of
the Republic or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't do a good job at connecting you to what is going on there. So when it blows up, you just sort of have this like vague sense that they blew up the Senate. Okay, I get it. As opposed to like if like that had happened in the original, in like episodes 1, 2, or 3, you would have felt it way more because you spent a lot more time with them. Yeah.
Yep.
So no, I mean, I see what Skuro was saying. He was just expressing it.
He just didn't say it correctly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a nice and articulate way of putting it. The way I put it was super offensive and not even close.
Yeah.
I don't even.
I'm not getting that song.
I don't remember if I got the Onion Knight or not. But...